Morning gentlemen, today is another Phoenix Beau shave with a new product from the Phoenix Beau line, and that product is Albion. Yeah, the new bergamot, lavender and grapefruit scent. I am of the understanding that patchouli is in there as well. I was never overly familiar with patchouli, so I couldn't detect it straight away, but suffice to say, it smells fantastic. Opening the pot, I've been using it for a few days now. There's a bit of badger hair in there. The initial scent for me that comes through is lavender. It's prominent enough to say, yeah, that's definitely that. And then you get a sharp citrus tang from the bergamot. But there is a warmth, something a little bit spicy. Not overly, but just there to let you know it's there. And from speaking with Kerry, I understand that is the patchouli, which brings it through. And it's a familiar scent. And if nobody had guessed from the name and the imagery, and if you're not privy to any conversations that Kerry and I may have had, it's an homage to the East India Company, who were famous for tea. Nonetheless, tea, yes, that wonderful thing called tea, which I have with me today. I have a nice cup of tea. Lovely, but not any ordinary tea. It's a tea that tastes and smells exactly like Albion. Now, if you've not tried Albion and you think bergamot and you're a tea aficionado, you probably know exactly what tea I'm on about. But for those not in the know, Earl Grey. Yes. A very tasty Earl Grey. Now, you're going to say there's no lavender in Earl Grey. There may not be lavender in Earl Grey, but the overall aroma is reminiscent of Earl Grey. And it's just as good. And it has all the good properties of an Earl Grey tea, in that it's subtle, but it's there. It's tasty. Well, tea is anyway. Soap, not so much. Don't try the soap. It's not very tasty, but the smell is like a good Earl Grey, just enough to let you know it's there. Nothing more, nothing less. Perfect. So, I've been using it exclusively for 5 days on the trot now. Well, this is day 5. I've done 2 days of bowl lathering, 2 days of face lathering, just to see what I prefer. No real preference at all, really. I can get a fantastic lather either way, but I have developed over the last couple of weeks the perfect way of getting a great lather with any Phoenix Beau soap. So I'm going to do a bowl lather today, because doing the same method with a face, mess, lots of it, because you get loads and loads of lather. So without further ado, today's tools: Albion, understandably. We have the trusty Merkur 39C equipped with an Astra Superior stainless blade. Today will be the 7th shave on that blade, I believe. It's now at its best, it's at its prime. It's had all the roughness taken out on the first shave, and it's just a nice, smooth, solid blade from here on in. Probably up for another 3 shaves yet. And the bowl will be my shaving room bowl. Don't need anything more, don't need anything less. And the brush today, just give it a little shake to get the right amount of water. Is my Cadman L7 26mm silver tip. Now, to create the perfect lather, just giving it a couple of gentle shakes. Take it straight to the pot with the tips, and away you go. Now, you can see, well, you can't see, and I'm not going to tip it up because it'll fall out. There's a bit of a nice pre-lather building in the bowl, or in the pot, sorry. And you don't need a big load with this. It's not a hard soap, it's not a soft soap, it's verging on a crope. But what you get with a big knotted brush like this is you get loads and loads of bite into the soap. So, I've got enough lather now in the tips, if you can see, in the brush, and there's oodles in the pot, ready just to pour into the bowl and start building a lather. So that's what I'm going to do. Just pour it in. There. And while you're doing that, you get a fantastic scent. The grapefruit for me is prominent at the minute now. I've had a bit of a cold the last few days. I know, it's man flu, it's serious business. So how I'm still alive, I don't know. But, bowl, you can see what's in there. See it dripping out the brush. But that there is enough to start building a fantastic lather. Now, anyone who's familiar with the Phoenix and Beau soap knows that they're thirsty. And I kind of stumbled on this ideal ratio of water to soap pretty much by accident. I started out whipping lathers with a fairly dry brush and adding water, which is fine. There's no problem with that. In fact, it's probably the preferred way to go, because you can then just detect any foibles on a given day for your lather. But one day I just gave it a couple of gentle taps upside down to get rid of most of the water, and started to lather because I was quite tired at 5 o'clock in the morning, as I'm sure you can understand. And I found the lather was great. Now it was a little bit runny, but that's kind of how I like my lather. I don't like it too thick, I don't like it too thin. A bit like the old Goldilocks and the Three Bears, I like it just right. So I started whipping the lather with just two shakes, two fairly generous shakes of the brush to get rid of the worst. And I ended up with a lather that most people will probably use for a straight razor, quite sort of thin, if you will. But at this point you're probably going to wonder, if it's too thin, how's it going to work? Well, let me tell you this, Phoenix and Beau soaps are thirsty. They take a lot of water, and they're at their best when you've saturated the lather. They become so slick and lubricating on the skin that, let's face it, it's second to none, genuinely. And there we have it. We have a fairly thin but perfectly lubricating lather here. So it's just like, a bit like double cream. Just like double cream for me. So it's just going to drip. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. Just about. Now that for me is ideal. So what we're going to do, we've got a brush literally filled with luxurious lather, and we're just going to go away. Now, I've been to the barber's yesterday, so as you can see, sideburns are very short. It's going to be fun to find the right spot. Anyway, I'm going to lather, and we'll see if I end up chopping them off or not. And it's at this point you can smell the bergamot. It's quite sharp with the grapefruit just cutting through. Too much lather in the brush. That knocks it out. And there we go. And as you can see, it thickens up a little bit on the face. And it also decides to go everywhere. Look at that. Sacrilege. I must say, covering your Jim Beam's t-shirt with lather. It happens. It happens. So I'm just going to get rid of a bit there so I don't taste it, and there we go. So, sideburns identified. So let's just see just how good Albion really is under a shave. Now, Like I say, this blade is 7 days old now and it's as smooth as butter. There we go, just slicing it off, no drama, super slick, slicker than a politician's shoulders. More cushion than IKEA. And of course that glorious Earl Grey scent. Now, will we see the video curse? Will we see the weepers and the cuts? We don't know. Unlikely on a 7-day-old blade, you'd think. Or more likely, you'd think. But for me, these blades last and last. And they give as good a shave on day 7 as they do on day 2. And when you have the protective qualities of a soap like Albion underneath the blade, it's almost like they work in harmony and extend the life. So, there we go. Nice thick lather, but it won't clog the razor, as none of Kerry's soaps do. There we go, just a quick rinse off there and clear latherways. So, first pass with Albion on day 5 of using it exclusively, and it's just another wonderful pass. So I'll do my normal of get the old blue towel and just wipe off and see what the situation is like. Lovely. Yeah, pass number 2 will be across the grain as best we can. Because if you're familiar with my videos, you'll know that my growth is a little bit special in as much as it really can't decide which way it wants to go. And I'm pretty certain I'm not alone. I'm sure there's many of you out there whose growth just meanders around. Like the average man who's lost and won't ask for directions. Yes, we don't like to ask for directions. But we do like to watch shaving videos. What's that all about? A wonderful tea scent. Now, you can see I've got literally stacks of lather in there and here. And on my face, we're on pass 2. There's easily enough here for another 3 or 4 passes, and that was a short load. So, you could extend the life of your pot and load less. It's up to you. Or you can just go buy more, because traditional wet shaving saves you money, and you can go and buy more soap with the money that you saved on blades. Who am I kidding? We can't save money. There's too many good soaps coming out and too many nice razors that we want to buy. It's true. Of course, when Kerry keeps tempting us with soaps that we know are going to perform perfectly every time and wonderful scents, what's a man to do apart from buy them? So we'll see. Lots of lather, quick shake in the water, clear to go for pass number 2 and a bit. Ample protection from this soap is ample, more than ample. Now here comes the trouble spot. Bum chins, slant bar razor. Awkward growth. So we'll just do what we can. Now I've had people comment in the past on my videos about my ambidextrous technique where, oh, I have one, look, I've caught myself, the curse strikes again. But yeah, so you'll notice for the right side of my face I use the right hand, left side I use the left. I'm probably not alone in doing that. If you're an ambidextrous shaver, drop me a comment in the comments below. Let me know. Let me know I'm not a strange freak of nature. So, second pass done, the curse strikes again. I've caught myself on the Adam's apple. But no worries. It happens. Worse things happen at sea. Worse things happen in America, unfortunately. Sad week really, given what's going on. Let's just hope that common sense that is, and humanity reigns in the end. We can hope. We can hope. So, got soap in my tunnels again. Liam, I know you know my pain. Anyway, away from politics and away from body piercings and back to wonderful lather. I'm just going to knock out the worst again of the lather, or I say the worst, the most, majority. I'm going to pass number 3. And that's one thing I notice when I'm lathering. I will swirl for some, and then I'll paint. Are you a painter? Let me know. I notice I get more even coverage when I paint it out, so I can see just where I'm going. That's why I paint. And it feels nice with these lovely big knots. It's a nice feeling. So, excuse me, third pass against the grain. This is where we normally see the soap feel truly what it is, for me anyway. The against the grain pass, can it provide the protection that you need? And it's a bit of a no-brainer for Kerry's soaps, because yes, there's more glide here than there is on an ice rink. The razor just slides nicely across the face now. As I said at the beginning when describing the scent of Albion, it's very subtle, just like a good Earl Grey. But it is there. I mean, right now I'm getting some of the lavender come through. Earlier in the shave I was getting more of the bergamot and that sharp citrus twang that was aided by the grapefruit. And then sometimes I get the warmth of the patchouli. And then you just get a little bit of everything, and it's just wonderful. All is right with the world. So, another solid scent from Kerry and his wife Sarah, who between them have probably got some of the best noses in the shaving soap market. There we go. The other side of the face. Baby bottom smooth. Wonderful. Incidentally, don't slice your nail with a razor. It can be quite sharp. Yes, I've done it. Took the razor to my nail. First time I've ever done that. Hopefully the last. Thankfully it was my nail and not my finger, because that could have been messy. Respect. Are we sure that's Earl Grey in my mug? Respect the razor, chaps. They're sharp. There we go. Another 3-pass shave, perfectly complete with Albion. Now, residual slickness left behind. Lovely. Perfectly smooth. Drama free. What more could a man want? Well, I'm just going to rinse off with some cold and we'll be back. There we go. Some cold splash. Black towel. Just pat dry. So what do I make of Albion after 5 days? Well, as we know from all Kerry soaps, performance is second to none. The smell? Fantastic. Very, very akin to Earl Grey. I'm pretty sure that was going to be Kerry's inspiration when he made the soap and developed the scent profile for it. And like I say, performance, you've got glide beyond compare. You've got cushion that is perfect for double-edged razors, for straight razors, probably even your cartridge razors if you wanted to. They may do it one day. And yeah, I say post-shave feel, as I've had over the last 4 days, and today being the 5th, is going to be no different. It is perfect. Your skin feels moisturised, it doesn't feel tight, it doesn't feel dry. But what it does leave you feeling is fantastic. Albion. There we go. Just a little close up there. You notice Queenie, God bless her, on the front of there, with a verse from a William Blake poem, which most people will know the song, Jerusalem, or the hymn, depends on what you want to call it, and makes you feel proud to be British. Look at it. Union flag on Queenie, Jerusalem right there in black and white. Yeah, it's a great day to be shaving with a soap from British artisans, such as Albion from Phoenix Beau. Genuinely, chaps, it's brilliant. It's a lovely, mild fragrance with fantastic performance. Genuinely, what more do you need? And the answer is nothing really. If the scent is to your liking, you could quite happily shave with this soap all day. Well, not all day, but every time you shave, until the end of the pot really. So, and comment on the pot size, 115 grams in a pot like this. You get enough room in the top to lather and not have it spill everywhere. It's a great pot design, and don't go changing it, Kerry. I love it. It's brilliant and it's perfect for, well, face lathering, because you can build enough lather in there. You can build a bit of a wetter lather to pour into a bowl. It works for me. If it works for others, happy days. If it doesn't, well, can't please everybody. What more to say? Yes, respect the razor, gents. Respect it, because I'm going to show you my fingernail. This is not... Let's see if we can get that zooming in and focusing. Yes, the Astra decided. Put it up there. Focus. There we go. The Astra decided to bite my fingernail because I wasn't paying attention. Because I'm filming this video for you lovely gentlemen, so it's a hard job. Someone's got to do it. And that someone is me, so I'm waffling. This has been Albion. It's been a fantastic, fantastic shave. So I look forward to the next soap from Phoenix Beau, which is Denali, mint and menthol and camphor, limited edition for the summer. All 3 days of it, which is gone because out there it's raining cats and dogs. So to wrap up, Albion, Earl Grey, a fantastic scent, fantastic soap. Get some, gents. Bye.